Hi, this is Kia Griffith with Mental Health Awareness. I just wanted to share that, there are so many things that can bring you down in life. For instance, you know, change in circumstances, change in financial status, losing your job, losing your religion, change in your spirituality, change really disrupts your whole life sometimes. And for people with mental illness, change can be such a hard thing to deal with, okay? And I have lived it for the past few years, where my circumstances have changed so much and it just throws me off balance, throws me out of whack, where I just can't function. And it's unfortunate, that it has to be that way, but it can change. And your outlook on things can change, and your perception of things can change, and your outcome can change. And I really, in my last video, I talked about how through the darkest moments, that's when I feel most inspired, and that you can, in those dark moments, you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it is there, and that I have to believe that it is there, because that's the only way I'm going to get through. And right now I am in my darkest moment, and I believe in being transparent, so I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not saying it as a cry for help, but I'm saying it because it is my reality, and that I want to change this reality. A few days ago, I'm recording this video on Wednesday, April 22nd. I called up a friend, and I called her and told her, I need you to take me to the hospital. And she said, why? And I said, I just cut myself. I need you to take me to the hospital. She says, well, you've done that before. Is this anything that ice cream can't fix? And I proceeded to clean up my scars, because they were bleeding down my arm. And I thought that this was my reality, that this is all I could resort to. And, I haven't cut myself in over a year and a half. Haven't done a lot of things in a long time. But I thought that was my only solution. That was my only option. That was when I'm in my darkest moment, that is where I turn. And it wasn't something that I consciously decided to do, but it was very subconscious. It was in my primitive brain. It was in my very, very subconscious. And it's a natural reaction, it's a reflex. It's almost like a reflex, okay? So, somebody hits you, you want to hit them back. It's a reflex. It's like a Medea thing. Like, oh, gotta get my gun out. But, that was my reality. And after this last time of cutting myself, a few days ago, which was last Saturday, I decided that this does not have to be my reality anymore. I can change this. And, I was so ashamed of my scars, I was so ashamed of my red marks on my arm, that I've been wearing sweaters every day. Even when I go to sleep, I've been wearing sweaters. Didn't matter how hot I was, I've been wearing sweaters for fear that my mom would come into my room and see that I cut myself. And today was the first day that I went out without a sweater on, because I am transparent. I am not ashamed. This was my reality. And I can't promise that it will never happen again. But I am actively trying to change that. That is one change that I don't want to be afraid of. And we tend to be afraid of change because for mental illness, for people who are suffering with mental illness, change is scary. Okay? It throws you off balance. It throws you out of whack. I am determined. I am working hard at not letting that be my reality. So as I said earlier, this is not a cry for help. You all don't need to call me up. You don't need to message me and tell me, oh my God, Kia, you cut yourself. Are you okay? Are you going to a hospital? No, I didn't go to the hospital. I literally went home and got ice cream that evening. And I came home and I felt horrible. And I wanted to cut myself again. And even up to this morning and last night, I was rummaging through stuff to find something to cut myself. And something clicked. Something clicked that this does not have to be my reality. This does not need to be where I turn in my subconscious. I am going to change that. I am going to create new neural pathways because I want to change. As I always say, I am not a mental health counselor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I do not have a professional license to work in the mental health field. But I am a person who is suffering. And if you are suffering with me, then let's do something to make a change. Thank you.